Hello, welcome to Trust Show, and today we'll be looking at more clips of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse Madness. From what I've seen in the thumbnail, some will be the same, but we're going to watch them and then break them down. There's about 2 or 3 clips are downloaded. So, well, same using each show, of course, but anyway. So let's do this. Now, justify them because it's going to be too loud otherwise. There we go.
Multiverse, it's dangerous. I could use an Avenger.
It's about time you showed up.
On May 6th, enter a world of strange.
Try not to break the multiverse, Stephen.
Oh, come on. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Rated PG-13. You can see it in premium large format and
So, I'll watch each one, but let's break down this one a bit. Because a lot of the stuff's confirmed what I previously spotted in another trailer, the final trailer.
Multiverse, it's
See, now you got this bit here. Hang on, let's try and... Sorry, I'll get my mug a bit smaller. Oh, look. Look to the left. He's up to the plinth. That looks like a book, and it's glowing. Obviously, it's not the Darkhold because Wanda's got the Darkhold. So this is the Book of Ashanti. But if you notice the background here, it's the same background as that creature in American Chavez was.
dangerous. I could use an Avenger.
It's about time you showed up.
On May 6th.
And I'm not sure what that implies. About time he showed up. Or it could be in a way where she's like, even though you can't help what you've done, it's like that naughty school kid thing. You know, you've been caught, you've been had. So you think you had it like, oh, yeah, I know, I'm rather embarrassed at it. You know, you caught me. I know why you're here, sort of thing. You know what I mean? Could be that sort of reaction. Oh, I better get squashed with a bus.
Enter a world.
See this bit here, you go. You see this in another clip, right? Now look in the distance there. That's Defender Strange with the ponytail jumping across there with America Chavez. They're running from that creature who's attacking them, who's in the same background, the same hair, right? And if you see where that blue circle is, that's where that plinth was. That's where you see through the door. So that's going to be interesting. So that means so I think that means he's going to bump into that creature. Now, she probably doesn't know what happened to the other Doctor Strange, so she could have taken him there to get the book. Or did she go there to get the book, or, you know, or is she worried about Defender Strange, so it needs another variant to help her? Who knows? But the other interesting thing is, I'm not sure, I'm not certain, but those grey clouds, because there's a whirlpool of, not whirlpool, like a hurricane sort of in one, like on the side. So say if you're facing a pillar, and I know it's one of the trailers, there's like a hurricane or an eye of a storm, if that makes sense. Well, if you look at the Sanctum of Sinister Strange in, there's an eye of a storm on the window. So I wonder if it all leads to there. I don't know. It could be. I don't know. It might lead to that place then. That looks interesting. Where is it? See, these look like either mirror dimension shards or metal shards. But someone was saying, though, it's interesting because it looks like the shards that were in the What If, the Watcher.
Of strange.
Try not to break the multiverse, Stephen.
See, people are... See, I can't remember what someone said, but they said, oh, he has to do this thing to get to the Darkhold. Well, no, because Wanda's already got the Darkhold. So whatever he's doing is trying to fix it, and she's like, try not to break it this time, or, I don't know, sort of thing.
The multiverse, Stephen.
But someone said, because it's the same window, as the Sinister Strange, it looks like it's the same room, same sanctum, so it could be Sinister Strange using the Darkhold. We don't know. It's the way it's still slides go. We're not quite sure. There's many speculation. I put the red lights on because Multiverse Madness. But it's it's like because people are saying, "Oh, he has to get to that place, the thing on the pillar, because that's the Darkhold." No, because Wanda's got the Darkhold. Why would he need to go to look for the Darkhold if she's got it? Yeah.
Oh, come on. Doctor Strange in the
That's him trying to talk.
Multiverse of Madness, rated PG-13. You can. The multiverse, it's dangerous.
Whoa!
The multiverse, it's dangerous.
Yeah, see that the cover is different. And, oh yes! Again, it wasn't just me that said it, but the fans spotted it in the poster. So again, well done, fans. Good detective work, because as with all things, the Darkhold either is it dark purpley magic like Agatha Harkness had or something like that, or red chaos magic. But yeah, this is glowing blue or light and it's got different covers. So this is the Book of Vishanti, even though it's a shame. Oh, where is my one? There's my copy. Someone must have took it. See, that's the other interesting thing though. That could be, see, either that's a bad guy, that creature, or it would also make sense. So I've got loads of books everywhere. It would make a load of sense that such an important book will be protected. So I'm probably I don't want to lose my page. Yeah. I know. I'll do this. Just give me a second. So I'm using my selfie stick as a tripod. So if I put post-it there, I know which page I'm on. Yeah. See, that's what it looks like normally. It's got sorry, it came with I wanted to keep the protective sleeve, well, not protective sleeve, but the thing on it, because I use that as a bookmark. So yeah, so they've done a slightly different design. Obviously, if it's it might have gone with the idea that if it's the opposite of the Darkhold, they'd probably went for a similar design. Because you notice the ones in the Comitage, they had different gilding on, didn't they? So, but we spotted it, folks. We will. You know what I mean? This here reality breakup now thing is, I mean, I do think it's a shame that. I still think it's a shame that, or would be a crime not to have Supreme Strange in. But then again, because there's a rumor that whoever the bad villain is, we think it's Sinister. Because I thought it's going to be, but then again, Sinister could be part of it in his head. Yeah, it could be all in his head. But either case, I don't see how someone could destroy. Because I watched another podcast, like a podcast group chat thing, and someone said it could be, I can't remember what it was called, but it's like a Necromancer Strange who was part of this cult. Can't remember the name of it now. I know which one's there about, but I can't remember what it is. But he was really powerful. He could warp reality and do what he wants sort of with it. He could possibly take on Supreme Strange. I don't know, but because he was just like the Ancient One could tap into the dark dimension. He had these dark powers he could tap into. But to be fair, because the cartoons is still canon, because what's getting me right is we keep seeing this in the trailer, and this is reality breaking up, just like in What If. I mean, also, because there could be so much misdirection that we don't know, but I did always think it would be a bit strange, excuse the pun, Sorry, it'd be a good idea, or it'd be interesting if he just met Strange Supreme and Strange Supreme warned him about tampering or stuff. You know what I mean? Because he learned the hard way by destroying his own reality. Because the way reality's breaking up here is exactly the same as What If. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure where that bit's going. Because if it's not connected to What If, but you're using the same effect, this is what happened to the other reality. You know what I mean?
I could use an Avenger.
It's about time you showed up.
On May 6th, enter a world of strange. The
Oh, sugar.
multiverse
Wrong
is
button.
dangerous. The multiverse.
See, there's a bit here, as you could see. Right. Because this bit here, where he's like, whoop, and boom, down. Yeah. Because I can understand what people are getting at. Because if you look, right, the colour and that's all the same. There's a window that's intact, right? Does the thing, bang, there's candles around it saying, showing signs of a ritual. I mean, it's either that or he's undoing what the other one did. But that window, the exact... Oh, no, it's not... Yeah, yeah, because there's a different room. Yeah, that window, you see a hand go up to this broken window, and the uniform is dark grey. Like a dark military grey, which is the same colour as Sinister Strange. So, or charcoal grey, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like... This could be him, like, could be a flashback scene to how it made him go... When he said things got out of hand. Or, could be a result, or it still could be in his head. He could do the spell, then boom, wake up, and he's like, oh, could be the evil from the book going, things got out of hand, trying to, could be that, I don't know. It's just interesting that it's the same. I know that the Sanctums look almost pretty much the same, but it's just interesting that that connection to it.
Of strange.
Try not to break the multiverse, Stephen.
See, again, there you go, yeah, again, see that bit there, he's like, whoop, the window's already broken in that scene. So it's two separate, different scenes, right? You've got one that's slamming it down in the book, which is weird because it looks like he's doing the same ritual. But it's the window's intact. This one is Stephen Strange doing it again, but it's a broken window. So, hang on, let's see if I look at that. See, the only way I could think of around that is either he's actually doing a spell again, because the orb is one of the orbs he pre-grabs and goes bang. But if that's the case, then if that's the same clip, the same Stephen Strange, then the window still would be intact. So there must be a reason why he's doing a spell again. I don't know.
Try not to break the multiverse, Stephen.
Wait a second. Whoop. That's interesting, because even though we've seen the costume, I did a video on it. What the... Hang on. Two things. I could be completely wrong. It could be just the makeup, but she looks a bit different. Her face looks completely different there. And the dress is black. It's also hard to tell because Sinister Strange and Stephen Strange has got the same hairdo going. But it's interesting that she's wearing black.
Break.
Actually, what's interesting, he's wearing darker colours as well. Because don't forget, if it all goes all excuse French for tits up, then we don't know what's happened. I mean, we don't know what happened after that. He could have got, you know what I mean? So, yeah. But then again, that's in a temple, in that tower. Well, it could be her, because she had the eyeshadow. And it could be her.
Steven.
Just probably the pixel. Yeah, it's happening so quick. I'm pausing it as it's moving really fast.
Come on.
Now, people are saying this is Iron Man or whatever getting knocked back. I don't think that's necessarily the case. It could be when in that fight, but well, mind you, it's because they already put the trailer together. But I thought it was I thought that's explosion that happened after Defender Strange pushed Chavez away, but because the other Strange and Chavez is running through as well, that creature's still alive. So, well, he did sort of lose. That's why he got sent off, and where Defender Strange was injured and he got sent off.
Multiverse of Madness, rated PG-13. You can see it in premium large format. The multiverse, it's dangerous.
Whoopee!
The multiverse.
That's where he's talking to Chavez. What's interesting? I don't know. This is going to be quite interesting. And it also is interesting where the story starts, if that makes sense. Because obviously we still haven't explained, because we'll find out why he's got a blue patch on his cloak. But what gets me is what's quite interesting though, when he's talked to America Chavez about this, right? He's saying the multiverse is dangerous. I mean, he knows about the multiverse exists because he's like, the ancient one showed him when he did that like LSD trip thing. But what I find interesting is this. Is apart from that, he doesn't know much about it. Hence why he goes to Wanda and says, "Tell me what you know about the multiverse." Also, why is he using if he's trying to find the Book of Ashanti, why is he using the Darkhold? So that might be Sinister Strange using it. I don't know. Because don't forget, there's more than one variant of Wanda, so we could be seeing a series of events happen at the same time. So, because don't forget, they're introducing these variants, aren't they? So we'll probably have Defender Strange, it's just a loose theory. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but you have America Chavez probably getting rescued by Defender Strange. Defender Strange gets injured, dies, becomes a zombie, or because he's so powerful, he might reanimate himself and go, ugh. Or that's Sinister Strange doing that. Sinister Strange and Scarlet Witch from another multiverse is trying to get kids back, so she asks Doctor Strange to help with the book. Bang, gets it out of hand, therefore becomes Sinister Strange. But then, because you also got this variant here, that's like, he doesn't know about the multiverse. So this is another variant of Strange that she's bumped into because he hasn't encountered it yet, if that makes sense. I mean, he's obviously aware that it's dangerous because he's got Dormammu in one dimension, but you know what I mean? You see him get trying out. It's like there are different introductions. It's like it's looked like she's come across a variant of Doctor Strange where he knows what he's talking about, if it makes sense, because he's like he's telling.
It's dangerous.
Again, what's interesting? See if I can see that small.
The multiverse. It's dangerous.
Whoop! There you go. Again, that book. Bro. At a pizza store, which interesting enough is in the there you go. Bang. Mind you, it could be like that other book. Hang on, I got this custom. Well, I saw this book on Amazon. Incidentally, I can't tell you what some of this stuff means in there because it's. Let's just say I'm creating my own Book of Ashanti, as it were. But it's got the Eye of Agamotto on the front. So I wonder if they're going to go for that motif instead of the because the one I got in my book, that's basically the Sanctum window. It's basically supposed to be like the seal of Agamotto or whatever it is, the Sanctum Sanctorum seals or something like that. I'll give you a little preview though. Oh. I'll let you have a look at the bit of artwork I've worked on the thing. You probably can't see it well, but it's basically Metatron's cube, and if you see my videos, you can probably guess where I'm going to go with it. There may be some multiverse ideas in there, and just, you know, because I've got my own little grimoire book of shadows, but I thought if I was going to buy say one that's, yeah, it just seems fitting. I don't know. I thought because I keep on changing my mind on what, because I've got loads of different grimoires. I've got one that's like really old looking. I've got my own book of shadows, and I've got that one. These leather bound. I've got different leather bound books that I can fill up with stuff. But in that one, because I wanted to do ones of different themes or my personal philosophy and beliefs and that. So yeah, so that one, I thought I'd keep that one for the reality and all that kinds of different stuff. But yeah, so maybe it's probably got, instead of that symbol like it has on the Sanctum, it's probably got the actual Eye of Agamotto symbol on there because it fits. But then again, it's Vishanti, not Agamotto. Well, this clip obviously slows down for us a bit. It's where he's fighting at the Illuminati centre. Yeah, see, look, that's why I thought Defend Strange in it. But again, see, same places where Strange goes to see the thing there. See, it's a shame he got killed off too early, because it would have been funny if a variant of Chavez and a variant of Strange and a variant of Wanda bumped into each other. Like they're all looking for the book. You know what I mean? That'd be funny, wouldn't it?
Try not to break the multiverse, Stephen.
Oh, come on.
Who are you in this vast knot?
See, that's good. That's sort of slow down. See this? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know if I mentioned this one, but watch this. I'm doing it like this, sorry, so it'll get to it, because it happens so quick. But you see it in the other one, because there is a bit where she's fighting some Iron Man like character. But watch this.
This path.
Actually, okay. Well, watch this clip and then I'll go for it. But yeah.
Who are you in this
Vast
vast
multiverse. Stephen Strange. Did you see it?
Careful, Stephen. This path exacts a heavy toll. This is the only way.
Oh, and then I love that. See, I first spotted out and opened the door, and then, which is good because I'm not saying no one else did, but others probably did, but they just didn't voice it on YouTube. So all the clips in that I watched, I was the first one on YouTube to spot it, if that makes sense. But some also noticed that happens in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Can you control everything, Strange?
Oh, and also, sorry, Mac, who showed me the other trailers, he pointed something out. If you ever find a picture of that door that opens up, interesting enough, he found on the door that Strange opens up with the eye is his wristwatch.
You still
The one that's broken.
think there will be no consequences, Strange?
No, don't. Right.
Who are you in this vast multiverse?
Or no. Do as you're told.
Vast multiverse.
Right. Right, here you go. Now, I don't know, actually. Oh, I don't know. I'll explain the story. Someone noticed the bit where she blasts Iron Man away with this thing, and it's not Captain Bloody Marvel. It ain't Captain Marvel because they're kicking Brie Larson out, for God's sake. God, why are people so obsessed with Captain Marvel? For God's sake, she only had one film and a cameo in bloody Endgame. Jesus. Oh, well, forget about Iron Man. What Iron Man contributed. What four? No, I'm sorry, I have an issue with that. It's like I can understand people worshipping Iron Man and all these other characters. I know Doctor Strange had one film, but he was that film was way better than Captain Marvel, and he's just more epic than Captain Marvel, and played by a decent actor and not someone who's a vile person. But anyway, I'll probably lose a subscriber now for not hating Captain Marvel. But if the threat of Stephen Strange is if the threat to the multiverse is Stephen Strange, what is wrong with this picture? Because someone said it's Scarlet Witch fighting Sinister Strange, because that is indeed Sinister Strange. And I say this with certainty because the clothes are black and dark and really scruffy goatee, beard. So I say that with certainty. Right? But that energy looks white and orange. So is that Defender Strange? No, it can't be. But no, because I was thinking that same colour also is the same colour that hits Wanda, that she deflects. So when they do a briefing and explain to him about the thingamajig, well, the thing is, do they get a chance to tell him the truth? That's the other thing as well, because Mordo's at the Illuminati and he tries to attack Strange, and you've got Wanda causing havoc. So do they get a chance to tell him the truth? Or maybe they do, or I don't know. But either way, that blast looks like, I'm just thinking, there's an idea. It could either be Wanda fighting Sinister, but then again, there's White. If White is Defender, is that Defender Strange fighting Sinister Strange? There's also Orange there, but that explosion, it just gives me the feeling of Iron Man, Superior Iron Man, attacking Sinister Strange. Because if you imagine, if they are going to do a briefing, right, for example, just speculating, when he says, let's tell him the truth, and they tell him a story about him being the greatest threat, and they all try to fight against this thing, this guy, this variant of him, you know what I mean? That looks interesting, because I can see why people said it's Wanda, but that wasn't the colour of the energy. Her shielding, just like her attack, was red, crimson red, like the light. But you know what I mean? So it's either Defender... But then again, Defender Strange gets killed in a different way. But it's like, well, mind you saying that, we don't know if Defender Strange wasn't a part of the Illuminati and he's gone missing. You know what I mean? But then again, people said, yeah, but if he's part of the Illuminati, why don't they not Mordo? Why is it they're not trusting? But don't forget, though, Mordo isn't another variant of Mordo. People keep saying that it's a different Mordo. No, it isn't. It's the same Mordo as the Prime Universe one. The reason it's got different haircut and that is because, don't forget, it's been 5 years since everyone got blimped out. And like some people said, he could check. I mean, he's still probably got a beef against Strange because he's the threat of the universe. To the universe, according to the Illuminati. I could be wrong. But it's like some said he could have changed his mind because of Thanos and that and the snap. He might need more wizards. But actually, I do think it's a shame he didn't turn up in Endgame. That would have been interesting, wouldn't it? Fighting alongside Wong and Strange, and then have him look surprised, and then say maybe Mordo goes, nothing still hasn't changed. Has changed between us. Because back then again, we're here. But here's another interesting thing. No one actually here. Sorry to go off a tangent, but I just things pop into my head. I suddenly pop into things and spot things people miss, because people go, oh, the time stone this, time stone that. How come he's still wearing this? How come he's still wearing that? How come is it that no one, and I mean no one, has mentioned or brought up the fact that a load of sorcerers turned up at the end of Endgame when Mordo went round taking away people's powers because the world had too many wizards? Maybe in his 5 years he changed his mind.
Careful, Stephen. This path exacts a heavy toll. It's a heavy toll.
Again, sorry, wait.
This path
No, go back. A little bit. One, in a morbid way, I actually love... Oh, God, imagine that. You know when you have... Sorry, my moustache hairs tickling me. Or is that no? No. See, the other interesting thing is... Oh, that's interesting. If you look at the window... Fucking hell. Why is it when you get a dry mouth, invisible fingers or whatever it is gets stuck to your back of your throat? If you look to the left and right of the... I don't know what point on that for, but yeah. There's bits of the building break away and getting sucked up into the storm. So it looks like his office or whatever is... I mean, and when you saw the sanctum, a thing got a bit of the roof was coming away. I wonder also, no pun intended, if while they're fighting, the building gets destroyed. I don't know. It also depends if this is a dream sequence. But the interesting thing as well, if you look at the Eye of the Storm, where that light is, there was a storm like that in the dimension where the Book of Ashanti was. Oh, hang on, what's that? Oh, do you know what? When this film comes out, I hope they have a behind-the-scenes book, just purely because I want a copy of this, a decent, high resolution of just this room without Doc Strange and that stood in it. And, like, the floor, just the artwork, because the floor... It has a sigil on there. I'm trying to see if I can identify what it is. I might Google it and see if there's anyone in line. Maybe it's to keep the room intact, I don't know, but that looks interesting. It looks a bit morbid, but I just love that. I mean, just imagine that as a stunning view as well. If you were safe, obviously, you know what I mean, and you said that thing. But I was thinking, in houses, you'd get those screens instead of windows. Imagine if you had that. I wouldn't have a black hole there. I'd shit myself. I don't know, I just have a fit. It's weird. I don't know, but even if it's a CGI, sort of like, if you gets up really close, it puts a chill down my spine. I don't know why. It's like, my caveman part hasn't seen a black hole before. Yeah, I know. It's weird. I can't explain it. It's like a rational fear of certain things. It's like... Well, I wouldn't say fear. I mean, I can watch one on TV. Or see on TV. Because I like the Event Horizon, the opening credits. I can watch that. It's just I feel uncomfortable. It's really weird. Even though I intellectually know what it is. It's weird. But yeah, that's I just love that room. And again, like I said in the other video, it has a Vincent Price Hammer horror feel to it. And it also reminds me of that film where they go and buy stuff from the antiques dealer. And Peter, basically it's the devil, and he owns an antique shop. And this guy and people buy these things and things happen to them. Obviously this guy is because they're dishonest, you see. And so by being dishonest, bad things happen to them. But because this guy is honest, he survives his girlfriend. I can't remember what it's called, so don't worry about it. I haven't ruined it for you. Go look up Peter Cushing films. It's on there. But yeah, there's a guy who buys a door for his cupboard. He opens this door, and the room's all blue. So imagine a room like this, but blue, obviously, but with an intact wall. So where those arches there would be like a wall or something, yeah? And you have a window to an outside garden. It was like that. It reminds me of that as well. Yeah, that sort of feel. Also, it's interesting because that's at the poster as well, not the stuff on the poster. But I do love that room. And that's, you probably think I'm weird, but I do love that room. There's an elegance to it, you know. Because I always thought, you know, if they did have Supreme Strange, but the reason why I don't think it's Supreme Strange is because Supreme Strange is a good guy. People keep referring to him as evil, which gets under my skin because one, he wasn't evil, he was just misguided. Even the Ancient One said that. And two, it's not. I mean, okay, I do like Supreme Strange; he's an awesome character, but don't forget he redeemed himself as well. So he ain't evil. Period. He didn't gain power, then okay, he destroyed the whole reality, but that was a side effect. He didn't realise it was going to happen. He was like, "Shit, what could I do?" He didn't listen. You know, when he thought, "Oh, the world's going to be in danger," he didn't literally quite think that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? When people say, "Oh, don't do that," you'll burn this down, all that will catch on fire. You don't think of the extent of what they're on about until it happens. You know what I mean? When you make a mistake or something. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just do love that. There's a heart there. Oh, because what I was going to say is because the thing about Supreme Strange, because apart from just in What If, he just has this little sphere he lives in that protects him. But I'm like, surely though, in that reality, that sphere, you'd like create a room. You know, you wouldn't sit on the flat floor, would you? You'd bend the reality within that space to create a bed, chair, table. So that would make sense to have that, and you know what I mean. And the fact that he goes, "Oh, things just got out of hand," fits the What If narrative as well. You know what I mean? If I'm not saying that is, but I mean, it's the direction they could have gone with it. It was like, might still do because we don't know what that's the way the clips have been edited, but you know, never judge a book by its cover. You know what I mean? But you know, it could be like he because they'd have to do it like the comics, not comics, sorry, the other things, if that makes sense. It's like, so in that pocket reality that's left of that universe, rather than just having like, oh, hit. I mean, first of all, the Watcher could stand that pocket reality, so the Watcher's massive. So they could have changed it slightly, so it's just a sanctum. Because the sanctum's magic, if it makes sense. So it's a shame because they could have gone. He could have been like, "Oh, what happened to this world?" And he's like, "Things got out of hand." You know what I mean? Like have a portion of it still intact. You know what I mean? That makes sense. So do What If, but different. You know what I mean? But yeah. So I'm going on one. But there's bits and bobs I didn't notice, and I just love that scene. I just love that. I know it's a bit morbid, a bit gothic. Well, it's gothic, really. It's like Vincent Price, but I just love that. I wouldn't mind having a room with that, like that. You know what I mean? Obviously, a bit tidy around the edges, you know, where the window is. But yeah.
This path exacts a heavy toll.
This is the
Oh, and there's another bit as well, which he just said now, but
this is the
yeah.
this is
Again, oh yeah, as Son highlighted, they changed the colour of his magic. But to be fair, when I was reading up on, if you go back to I did a video on Defender Strange, going back on, if you go back to that video I did, there is some differences with his powers and that of Stephen Strange we know. Because the Defender Strange doesn't have to use a sling ring to tell it go through dimensions and stuff. They also reckon, not just because he's slightly more powered, or more leveled up sort of thing, but also they reckoned, they made it, they said it, someone said it could be difference between sorry to do that, it just irritates me when my throat gets like that. Differentiate between them, like, you know, like Star Wars, you have different lightsabers. But to be fair, one, different costume, two, mullet. He's got a mullet, you know who's who. I mean, the mandala in his hand is different as well. Oh yeah, I got today for the post. I got a Funko Pop bobblehead Strange Supreme for the post, and I got a Legends figure, which I got, but I got them both like brand new in their box, really cheap. You'll get to see photos of them when I do my Supreme Strange video. I just love that character. It's a shame if we don't see him again. I also think it'd be a shame if they didn't have the 80s Peter Holton variant, because you know they had all the other old variants in there.
This is the only way.
And that's interesting because he said that in Endgame, but this is in this trailer here for this film. He didn't say that in. I mean, yeah, he did say that in Spider-Man Way Home, but it was a different context. Plus, he was in the air going, "It's the only way we could do it, Peter." You know, all sort of stuff like that. But yeah, that does sound a bit. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? But that sounds a bit on him as well, because he's like, yeah, I mean the tone of it. Hang on.
This is the only way.
So either he's upset about what he's going to do, or upset he's going to die, or all kinds of things would be read into that. Anyway.
Control everything, friend.
See, I'm not saying that it's impossible for Strange to do that, but the Serpents Out the Hand was more of a Supreme Strange.
Think there will be no consequences, Strange. Strange.
And to be fair, also, it could make, because I think Mordo is the Sinister, the Sorcerer Supreme of the Illuminati. I think, to be fair, see that here's another idea I've got, right? That idyllic scene where we see the statue of the clean-shaven Strange. There's a bobblehead for that called Supreme Strange, not Strange Supreme, but Supreme Strange. He's got like a blue uniform with silver lining, and a blue cape with silver lining around the collar, and he's got no goatee. That idyllic setting, that place, could be where the Illuminati are, because it would make sense because of that Tony Stark. If you got things like the Sorcerer Supreme and Superior Iron Man working together to build a better world, but against Thanos, against all these different things, then it makes sense that it looks utopian, if that makes sense. And plus, if it's got this chamber of the Illuminati, obviously it's a place where the Illuminati are. You know what I mean? You see someone going with that thing? I reckon that could be the area there. But is a statue there to honour the dead, or we don't know? That's another thing as well. They haven't given that away as well, but.
You still think there will be no consequences, Strange?
I mean, they reckon. See, also, but basically, yeah. Sorry, the point is I was getting to. Yeah, so I made another point here, but the point I was getting to at that point was it would make more sense if you got a familiar face, someone who knows him personally. And I think that's the same Mordo from Prime Universe, if it makes sense. Oh.
Who are you in this vast multiverse?
I just want to go over it again.
Careful, Stephen. This path exacts a heavy toll.
That's interesting. Another bit is like, what the?
This is the only way. Can you control everything, friend?
You still think there will be no consequences, Strange? There will be.
And yeah, and also because he's trying to kill Strange. I'm not sure what the Illuminati intentions are, because incidentally, it's pointed out by New Rock Stars, and I did actually think that does explain it a bit. And that is the bit where Wanda's going for thing. People saying she looks, you know, where her eyes are glowing and she crushes that Ultron bot. People at first thought it was blood, but it isn't. If you look closely, like I mentioned on Rockstar, this group chat thing I was watching, is that it's black like oil, which is the same oil that's in the Ultron bot. So she's covered in basically hydraulic or robotic fluid from the Ultron bots.
No consequences, Strange.
So yeah. But yeah, some interesting things there. And yeah, the Book of Ashanti, folks. It's not a Darkhold. The Darkhold. If it's the direction it's going, and I'll do a thing on it as well, because there's an article of a cover about it getting a R, is it PG-13 or R rated or something like that, because it's a horror film. The Darkhold would be in a really dark place. It wouldn't glow like it's the Holy Bible and woo. And plus, why would you go there to get it when Wanda's got it? Why would he go that way to get it? She's got it in her cabin. She was studying it. The other interesting thing to notice as well is we see her in a Scarlet Witch outfit. See, actually, I can explain that. I can actually explain that bit. It's just something that's occurred to me in this. Is when she sees him in that field of white tree, white blossom trees, what we call it. Is it a blossom tree? I know what fucking tree it is, but I can't remember it. That's not really her solid form he's talking to. That's a projection. Or it could be a projection. Because it occurred to me that she was doing everyday stuff. Oh no, it's the other way around. No, she was doing a Doctor Strange, wasn't she? Yeah, no, because I was thinking basically either her in her dress is her actual, what she really looks like, and the other one's an astral projection, if that makes sense. Because she was studying the Darkhold whilst doing her everyday chores, but I think she's doing a Stephen Strange and doing an astral projection. So yeah, no, so scrap that. Yeah. So let me know in the comment section if you spotted anything like that. But yeah, like I'll say a Mac pointed. If you go and look into some of the stills of the thing, on that door he opens up, he's put his watch on there with a crack screen. So yeah, it's getting good. It's looking good. But yes, let me know what you think about some things I've covered, because there's some bits that look interesting. That bit where Sinister Strange gets blown backwards, I'm not sure if that's Iron Man or Wanda. It could be Iron Man. It just looks the same colour as the blast that hit Wanda in the Illuminati. Because like I said, it would make sense if we get a flashback when they're telling them about the threat, if that makes sense. So yeah, are you looking forward to this? Because I am. Let me know what you think. Let me know your theories in the comments below. And if you're new to our channel, then please subscribe. It'll be great to have you here. So until next time, take care and bye-bye. Hiya, I've got to add in the video also at the end. If you want me to cover anything or have any questions or about Doctor Strange, or even Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and if you want to hear give me that question, or what do you think about this, what do you think is going to happen, that sort of question, then put them in the comment section below as well. And also let me know if you want me to go over your theories and to go over them and see what I think about them and that. So yeah, so if you put them in the comment section below, that'd be cool. Take care.